People in England are not only struggling to pay their energy bills and electricity bills, when you compare it to other nations like China, they've got a lot nicer transport. If you compare it to nations like China, where they put up skyscrapers almost instantly, very, very quickly, the British barely own their railway. This is what £22 a day gets you in London. Guys, hello, welcome to Stoneleigh Station, station on the outskirts of London in Zone 5. Now, I'm here today to not just show you the kind of state of affairs that we're living in, I'm also here to show you the cost of living in the UK and why so many people are leaving the UK and struggling to pay their bills. I know inflation is happening around the world, but let me tell you, there is nothing worse than what is happening in the UK at the moment. Right now we're at one of the stations, the prime British Railway, one of the most famous in the world. Well, let me tell you, it's also the most expensive in the world. And if you take a look at the station, does it look like it's the most expensive train service in the world? Not really. When you compare it to other nations like China, they've got a lot nicer transport. But I'm here today because I want to show you the cost of things. Now, let's have a look at how much a train ticket here in London to go one stop costs. Let's have a look. Alright, so where do we want to go? One stop up? So we'll go to... Let's go to Epsom. It's 2 stops on the train. One way, that's about 6 minutes this. 5 minutes on the train. Comes to a total of £4 and 10 pence. £4 and 10 pence. That's to go one way. That's not to even return. That's just one way ticket. And if you go back and we go 3 minutes on the train, let's go to one way. £4. It costs £4 just to go 3 minutes on the train. It's quite phenomenal, really, that, isn't it? And guess what? So the train service here is once every half an hour. So to go up to London, I'm going to be waiting here for another 20 minutes for the next train. Once every half an hour. But let me tell you, the train service doesn't even run every half an hour here. Yesterday, there were almost no trains yesterday because of rain. Believe it or not, I can show you the state of affairs. How much does it cost to go to get a travel card from here? Let's have a look. Travel card 6. So this is to travel around London all day. £15.90. But that is off peak, I believe. Travel card, 1 day, anytime day. So this will be the morning and the evenings you can travel in as well. £22.60. £22 just to go 20 minutes on the train into London and then just take the tube as much as you want all day. This is the kind of ticket you need to travel to work. If you're traveling around for that day and you've got meetings, it's going to cost you £22.60. And this is only 10 miles outside of London. This is Zone 5, so it's not outside of London. It's actually technically one of the London zones. And they're doing a little bit of renovation work here at the moment, and it's been going on for the last year and a half. As you can see, this is what it's looking like. Pretty slow in actual standards. If you compare it to nations like China, where they put up skyscrapers almost instantly, very, very quickly. Here in England, we struggle to put up a bridge. All they're doing is putting up the platform bridge. And a little bit of a new ticket office area. And it's taken a year and a half, believe it or not. Crazy, right? This is what £22 a day gets you in London. Quite phenomenal, really, that, isn't it? Guys, did you see those train prices? Absolutely astronomical, right? Want to actually save money on your British railway fares? Trip.com is the answer. They have a number of features that can allow you to save money. The first one, the split ticket feature. Now, the split ticket feature enables you to save money and up to 30% averagely on each ticket using the split ticket. And it gets better. They have a best price guarantee, so if you find the fare cheaper elsewhere, they'll refund the difference. Great, right? And guess what? There is no booking fee, so you never have to pay a booking fee again. Wow. if you want to start saving today, guys, what's really cool is they've got offers on at the moment. If you type in hashtag BTS13, smash it in on the trip.com app, and you can start saving. So guys, it's not only the cost of the transport, which is really, really high in England, it's also the inflation, energy bills, electricity. Apparently, the energy and electricity bills have gone up 50% in the last 2 years. Do you think the salaries in the UK have gone up 50%? They have not. People in England are not only struggling to pay their energy bills and electricity bills, they're also struggling to pay their rent. Now, rent is some of the highest in the world here in London, but let me tell you, salaries are not the highest in the world. And rental prices in London will probably cost you around, as an average, of around £2,000, £2,500 a month. A really basic bedroom in London probably set you back about £1,500 these days. It is absolutely phenomenal. And the rates of things have just absolutely soared and gone through the roof in the last couple of years. And it's kind of left England in a little bit of a sad state of affairs. If you look at this, this is London Zone 5 area. And this is what we're looking at. This is how it all looks, the local area. Now, I want to show you how much a property might cost you around in this area. Now, average rents in London are probably about 30 grand, but not very much in the grand scheme of things. If you look at some of the properties here, there's some really nice properties. You can imagine how much they cost. 625,000, wow. It's phenomenal, really. Rosedale Road is just there, 625,000. Take you a long time to pay that off, I think. Yule Park Way, wow. Nearly £1 million. It's a lot of money, isn't it? So guys, you can imagine how much housing here is. It's just quite phenomenal. And if you're earning 30 grand a year and you're paying taxes, you're paying council tax, you're paying electricity and energy bills, which are 50% more than they were 2 years ago. You can just imagine how long that will take you to pay off that house. We've got the most expensive trains in the world. I mean, I used to pay about £250 a month for my train fares. And actually £250 a month for train fares is actually very good. Nowadays, you're probably close to spending about £400 on train fares here in a Zone 5 area of London. It's really, really, really quite tragic, actually, if you think of it in the grand scheme of things. I mean, even the cost of groceries is just astronomical here. And the cost of food and restaurants is just unheard of. A plate of food in a restaurant would probably cost you about £12 to £14 these days, if not more. And a drink on top of that, you're probably looking at least £20 for a bit of food here in London. I mean, a cup of coffee in London would probably set you back about £3, £3.50, £4 now in this day and age. You can't get a pint of beer for less than £7. Cutting the barbers here will cost you about £14, £15, which I guess in the grand scheme of things would make sense with inflation, but the actual rate of salaries in London has not increased as much as inflation has. And we're in a little bit of a situation in the UK where there's a lot of people actually leaving the UK, and they're leaving to go to places like Thailand, work abroad as digital nomads, because life is actually much better outside of the UK. And those houses you saw for about 600,000, 500,000, let me tell you, you get a property in the UK and you'll be paying serious money. You might be paying something like £2,000 a month, and your flat will have mould. Let me tell you, it's quite common. It will have mice, and it's quite common. It's not done up places like they have in Asia. I mean, if you do a comparison, I mean, if you compare it to China, you get really nice apartments for, you know, £400 a month, £500 a month, even as little as £300 a month. Some people are paying 250 quid a month. Here in London, you cannot get a one-bedroom apartment for less than 1,500 quid, and the chances are it has mould, it has damage along the ways, and all sorts. I've stayed in some really, really rotten apartments in London, and it's all we can afford. I think what I meant to say about train fares actually in the UK is our train fares are the highest in the world. Now let me explain to you why the train fares are the highest in the world. Because not only is England super expensive, but the British barely own their railways. Now the railways are owned by the likes of Hong Kong MTR, East Japan Railway, Italian Railway. As you can see on this, a lot of the British railways aren't actually owned by the British. And yet when you compare the prices we pay in the UK for our railways, now I seem to be badgering on about the railway, but when you're in a place like this is Zone 5, and let me tell you, when that railway doesn't work, you can't get anywhere unless you drive. And even when you drive, you've got to pay to go into London, because there's a charge to enter London. I forget the name, but you have to pay. You're essentially stranded here without the trains. You know, that is the madness of this place.